Hey guys, I'm waiting for everybody to come on the live. I'm sorry I'm late. I know it's 7:17. I know I said I was gonna go live at 7, but girl, it's just been so crazy. Like, it's been like the craziest week of my entire life. And we have Manny, so you know, it's always work with my little man. I'm just gonna let everybody join in on the live so I can start
He's just gonna be downstairs
talking about it. I'm sure he's gonna come upstairs, but it's okay. Hey y'all, I know everybody's waiting for me to go live. I'm gonna wait for everybody to come in. Hope you're okay. Yes, thank God, you guys, I'm okay. And the rumors are true. I was jumped a few days ago. No bruises, no scratches, nothing on you. Fine, girl. I know. Luckily, nothing happened to me, you guys. Like I said, by the grace of God. I'm gonna get into like the whole story and the details, so that way I could tell you guys everything that happened, because it wasn't just I wasn't just jumped one time. I was literally attacked a second time on set when I was at my music video. So let's just go ahead and start from the beginning. So me and Kilo had collabed on the Lean Like a Cholo record, and I had hopped on the song and we were going back and forth about it. We had a lot of disagreements. Me and him never really got along during the time that we were working, just because we had a bunch of disagreements about like money and
he wanted
just,
you to do it for free, pretty much.
Yeah, he wanted me to do the song for free, but whatever. That's literally like, it has nothing to do with whatever we're talking about, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of background knowledge before I went to the actual music video. So whatever, así quedó. We were working together. I think I had posted when I was working with Kilo. I want to say like 2 months ago when I was at the studio. So that's what I was working on it. That's what I was working on with him. And then, yeah, so then we kind of stopped talking to each other, and then he decided to just like do the song without me. And then eventually I called him actually the day before the music video was gonna happen. So weird how it just happened, right? So I called him before the day before the music video, and I didn't know that he was shooting his music video. And then he was like, you should still come to the music video shoot tomorrow. Like, come, let me know if you're gonna come. So are you gonna come or not, type shit. And I was like, to be honest, I don't know. I have to see if I have a babysitter, and you know, I gotta see if my assistant is able to go with me tomorrow. And then he was just like, okay. And he just kept pressing like, are you gonna go or not? So whatever, así quedó. So that whole day I was shopping for looks and prepping. Normally when I do a music video, I always go to Callejones and like shop for outfits, because you guys know I'm very particular with what I wear for my music videos. And to me, like, my work in my music career is extremely important. To me, that's like #1 on my list. So then I went shopping for the outfits, and then I remember that night I kept telling Emmanuel, like, I don't know if I should go tomorrow or not, because of like our past, and you know, I just never really fully got along with him, and we would always argue. So I was like, I don't know if I should go. And he was like, just see how you wake up tomorrow. And also my management, I guess you could say, they're not my management, but I kind of like consult with them for gigs or whatever. And I told him like my past with Kilo, and then he was still like, no, just go, like put everything to the side, be professional or whatever. And he had called Kilo, and then Kilo on three-way, and I was quiet on the phone. And then Kilo goes in the background. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. He's like, I don't give a fuck if she goes or not. He's like, I'm just using her for her clout. And I was just like I was quiet the whole time. And then, you know, my management guy or whatever was just like, chill, like, just let it go. And I was like, what the fuck? That's fucked up. And he was like, she thinks she's better than everybody and all this stuff, right? So then I was just kind of like, I told him, I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I don't know. Why would I go to a music video if it's already kind of feeling a little bit weird? But he's just like, you just go, you be professional, like, put it to the side, like, get your big one and go do what you got to do. Go record your set. So me being the professional that I am, sometimes in this business, you do have to bite your tongue. And sometimes you do just have to be like, okay, you know what? Like, let's set everything to the side, because I grew up listening to Kilo and, you know, lean like a cholo. Like, what the fuck? We all grew up. Why do you think she's barking?
I don't know. Manny! Come here, Papa.
So, okay. There was that, and I was just having doubts about going, but I was like, okay, you know what, I'm still gonna go. So the morning comes, I'm literally prepping all morning, trying to figure out what outfits to wear, because they weren't really clear on the sets or whatever. It was like the most unprofessional, most unorganized, most just like weird music video set that I've ever been on as far as like work goes, and it was all the way in LA. Let me just take a little sip of water, you guys. Someone said he was shocked. Someone said he was washed up. Should have never been there. Exactly. I feel like I went there doing him a favor, and I didn't end up charging anything, because I genuinely have love for, you know, our community, and I feel like I want everybody to win. My mentality is like, if I win, you win. If you win, I win. We all win together. And I feel like being supportive of one another, especially when it comes to Mexican music and just like music in general, I feel like that's super important to me, you know, especially because I feel like it's hard out here for Mexicanos to make it in hip hop and in music just in general. So to me, it's just kind of, that's why I went, because whatever, right? So then I get to the studio, and I went with my assistant. And the reason why I didn't take a security or anything like that is because it was a closed set. And my management had told me, hey, you know, I talked to him. Everything's good. He's in a good mood. He's excited for you to come. Like, everything's all good. Like, just do you. So me, the whole time that I'm on set, I'm coming on as a model. And then he told me, he's like, hey, you're going to drop your verse. So you're going to record your verse in a music video. And I recorded this verse like 2 months ago. So I think it was like a 16-bar verse. And I didn't know the verse at all. Like, at all. And I literally struggle with like memorizing my shit. Like, I will record something and then I'll forget it. And if I don't practice it, like, I will completely forget my lines. So I was there on set just like remembering my lines, trying to remember my lines, and then also performing, and then, you know, all of that good stuff. It takes a lot to be a performer and to be in front of a camera. And then also there was a bunch of people on set that I didn't know. But whenever I go on set or when I go to work somewhere, I always have a positive outlook on everything. I never show up to somewhere with a bad energy or a mala cara, because my thing is like, I feel like since I have a platform and all eyes are on me, I feel like pretty much if I show up with a bad attitude or a cara, or I'm kind of like serious or something, then they hang on to that, and then they're like, Jenny's a bitch, she's rude. Like, it's kind of like, I feel like now after what happened, I feel like everybody's out to get me, you know. Maybe not everybody, but behind the scenes, that's what it feels like. So whatever, I'm on set, there's, I want to say at least 50 people, 25 to 30 people on set, not 50. There was more people on set towards the end. So I'm there with my assistant, and everything's good, you know, like, there's a lot of models, they're showing me love and they're being sweet. And usually when I'm on set, I usually like to smoke weed, because they're usually like, you know, passing around a blunt and, you know, just trying to create good vibes, good energy for the performance shots. So I was smoking on a blunt, and then I was also drinking some Modelos. So I was on a crossfade, and I got dressed for my scene that I was gonna shoot, and I'm in a stripper outfit. I got on stilettos, you know, and I'm over here memorizing my lines. So I'm there with my assistant, and then I just hear people were like, oh, Pinks is here. And then once I heard Pinks was here, I already knew some shit was about to go down, but I didn't think it was gonna go down like that. because I assumed that everybody there had like a right mind and figured, okay, we're in a professional setting, like, you know, why would we start drama like that? Because I personally don't have drama with Pinks. I don't have drama with anybody, to be honest. And especially for it to be like that. I don't carry anger in my heart to like jump somebody. Honestly, I felt like jumping people, like I've never heard of that happening unless, you know, you went out and you beat up on somebody's kid or like beat up somebody's sister, or you're like threatening somebody, you know, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so weird. So then I was on set and then I was hearing that, and then I was just kind of like, okay, like, you know, keep your cool or whatever, because you never know. And the reason why I was tripping out is because Pinks has already been talking shit about me online even prior to the SPM shit, because like we're gonna talk about the whole SPM thing, because I know that's just like going around like the internet and all this stuff. I will address that in a bit, but I'm just kind of like walking you guys through exactly what happened. Let me take a sip, y'all. So anyways, she, like I said, she's been talking shit to me like for a while already, and she's been provoking like other people from my city to like turn on me, and she did do that. Like, for example, I want to say like a while back, she commented on one of my posts saying like, oh, you can't wear Jordans because those are for the negros. She's like, Mexicans, Chicanos, we don't fuck with the Jordans. Like, only negros do that. And my thing is just like, I always thought like it was weird, because I'm just like, how is another grown woman gonna tell another grown woman like what to wear and what not to do? And so when she was tripping out on that whole SPM, me listening to the SPM song, and then she started like barking about that, and I'm just confused, like what the hell? Like, yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, Pinks, I'm gonna drop everything you're doing and bow down to you, queen, because you're the one that says what to do. I just was just like, you know what, this girl is giving homeless mindset, so I'm just gonna unfollow her. So I unfollowed her, pero así quedó. Yo nunca le tenía like coraje or nothing like that, but it was just like, okay, sis, like you're giving weird, because for one, like I'm not gonna stop wearing Jordans, and I love black people, and what does Jordans have to do with anything about being Chicano or Mexican? Like, everybody wears Jordans. It's fucking weird. Like, I don't participate in this politics or like this street code. I'm not a chola. I'm not a gangster. I don't gangbang. I don't do none of that. So I just kind of feel like when the whole SPM thing popped off, I just feel like she found any excuse to try to like hurt me or whatever. So then that happened, and so I unfollowed her. So that's why when I heard, oh, Pinks is here, that's why I was just kind of like, oh shit, like it's gonna be weird and awkward. Never once did I ever think, okay, I'm gonna get jumped or anything like that. And keep in mind, I am crossfaded. And also my assistant that was working with me, this was her second day on the job, you guys. It's a new young girl that's working with me. She's still learning how to work on set, how to do my touch-ups in between. So it was just like I was at my most vulnerable state. And so we're there. So then here comes Pinks, and what I found weird about the whole situation is that we were in the back of the building on set with the director, and it was just me, my assistant, nobody else. It was just us three in the back. Nobody should have been in the back of the room. Nobody should have been in the back unless you were going to come out in that scene. And so Pinks pulls up, and I honestly thought that we were probably just gonna like talk it out, or like talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying, like adults. Because like if you have a problem with somebody or something, like you talk about it, you're like, hey, you know what, I didn't like this or I didn't like that. Okay, cool, like, well, here's my opinion on it, da 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 da, right? So then she walks by like right in front of me, and I'm gonna post a picture of the set that I was on, so that way after this live, when I post it, you guys can kind of like put two and two together of how small the hallway was. So the hallway that I was in was so small that like one person can fit the entire hallway. So it's just like this in the hallway. So when she walked by, you're literally face to face. Like I'm talking like this. So she walks by, and she's looking at me weird. Like literally super fucking weird. Like weird bitch looking at me weird. So she walks by, and then I just like look at her, and she's just literally just like dogging the fuck out of me. You know when somebody doesn't like you and they're just dogging you in a weird way. And then here comes another girl, and I didn't even know who she was. And to be honest, I'm not really paying attention to them. The only reason why I paid attention to them was because the set was so tiny that there's no way that you could ignore somebody passing by. And then the other girl walks by me and she just like, look, like she's just like that, like just breathing all fucking hard too. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I thought it was so weird. And then I got a weird vibe. I still didn't think nothing crazy was gonna happen. So then I told my assistant, I was like, hey, come here. And then she comes, and this is where it starts to get weird. So they go to the back, which they go into my fitting room where all my stuff is at, my jewelry, all my expensive clothes, all my tacones and my perfumes, my expensive straighteners, like all my shit. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, they're probably going to go destroy my stuff or they're going to steal my stuff. But at that point, I was still just like, let it go, be professional, you're on set. And I called my assistant over and I was just like, hey, I was like, watch my back. I was like, because these girls don't like me. And then she was just like, okay, or whatever. So then I grabbed my phone. I tell her, I was like, can you give me my phone? Because Emmanuel knows about the whole Pink situation. Because he's been seeing like her just talking shit all the time. So I grabbed my phone and they're in the back talking to Kilo. Keep this in mind for later. They're in the back talking to Kilo. For one, I don't know why they're back there in the fitting rooms because like we were already on set of the music video for like 6 hours. And all the models that were there. So I don't know if I don't know, okay, but just keep it in mind. Hold on, my throat is starting to get dry. Let me chew my little chiclito. It's because I'm getting sick too.
I got water there.
It's because I'm sick and the cold water is gonna make me cough. So then I get my phone and I'm literally texting Emmanuel, and I literally texted Pinks. Like that's the only word that was able to I was able to type out. And then she walks by, like again, bro, like weird, looking at me weird the whole entire time. Like she could have said hi, she could have said something, she could have smiled or something. But she's like walking by and she's just like that. Imagine somebody looking at you like that, like you're gonna be weirded out. So then I told her, I was like, why are you looking at me like that? Like, it was just weird. And so as she's staring at me, so look, pretend that you're me, right? And I'm Pinks. And she's just like this, right? Like this. And then she goes like this. So let me move my arm so you guys can see. So then she goes like this, and then she swings on me from the side, from my left side. I didn't even see her arm like swing or anything because I'm literally like on my phone like this. So then I just remember like she swung on me, and then I don't know if I twisted my ankle. I don't really remember what happened because like this shit happened so fast. And I was in my fucking stripper putona furry heels, and I had on a pink fur coat. Like literally I looked like a Barbie, you guys. Like like I said, I'm gonna post a picture. So then I just remember falling to the ground, and then I just kept feeling like people bombing on me, but I still at that moment didn't know that I was getting jumped because I thought it was just like a one-on-one between me and Pinky. But since she had already like got me, I was on the floor. And then I just remember feeling then 2 people on me after, you know, I thought it was just her. So I don't know how my body went into like protect mode. And I was just like on the floor and I was just blocking all the hits. Like I was just blocking everything because they were going in on my head. They were hitting me right here on the top of my head, so I would block those hits. And then they were hitting me right here on the back of my head, like on my soft spots right here, so I just kept feeling it. And then I was just like this the whole time on the floor, curled up in a ball. And then all I remember is a guy I didn't know he was on top of me because everything was happening so fast and I just was hearing screaming and just like a bunch of rumble. And then he was like, I got you, it's me, I got you. And then I was just like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And at that moment, I was just so fucking pissed, like so fucking pissed because like I genuinely didn't see that coming because I'm literally on set of a music video. And so then I just remember getting up, and it was Flyboy that was on top of me, but I didn't learn that he was on top of me until after the fact. And then I just got up and I was fucking pissed. I just remember like talking a lot of shit. I don't even remember what I was telling her. And all I just remember seeing is like they were like escorting her out and all this stuff. And she was already like super far away from me. And I was just so fucking angry because I'm just like, how are you gonna catch me like that? You know what I mean? And then that's when I realized that two girls jumped on me, and these are like 400-pound girls. Like, I don't know how much Pink's weighs, but the other girl was fucking big. She was like minimum at least 400 pounds. And I know they had on boots. I know they had on their rings. Like, they went in ready to attack or whatever. But still at this time, I was still thinking, oh, it was just like a regular jumping, like whatever happened, right? So then I went inside to the room, and everybody was in there, like Flyboy and like a bunch of other people were there, and I was just so fucking pissed. Like, I was just so pissed because I couldn't believe that happened, you know. And then I remember Kilo walks in, and I told my assistant, I was like, because my assistant got hurt in the middle of it too, you guys. Pobrecita, it was like her second day on the job. She told me that when she saw that happening, she jumped on the girls, but they threw her, and then she flew. But she said that she tried to grab them off of me, like with their hair or whatever, and they just like threw her or whatever. And Flyboy told me, because I didn't know, mind you guys, like it was all dark because I was like this. And then Flyboy told me, he was like, dude, he's like, I jumped on top of you. He's like, because after we did a little interview for Funos, also, you guys, here's this little detail that's like scary. He had got jumped like a week prior, so he was the only sober person there. The videographer didn't do nothing. My assistant later then told me that like everybody was just watching and nobody was helping. It was just her helping. So had it not been for Flyboy said that he was like walking out, and then that he just heard just like, you know, people bombing on me or just like loud noises, you know. And that's when he ran back. And then he saw me on the floor, and he saw these two fucking big ass gorillas just like going in on me, you know. And then he ran. My assistant said that he ran so fast and he just like flew. And he tried to throw one of the girls off, but one of the girls, the one that was 400 pounds, was too strong for him, a whole grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? And he just got on top of me, and he said that he just like pretty much covered me the whole entire way. And I was covering myself too. Luckily I didn't get hit, not even once, you guys. Like, and he said that he just took all the hits for me, and I just was so thankful and grateful for Flyboy, because had it not been for Flyboy being there, I would have ended up in the hospital. There is no way that my assistant could have like helped me. And also like that's how I knew it was a little bit shady, but not yet, you guys. It gets worse. It gets fucking worse. You think that the jumping was bad? No, the jumping wasn't bad compared to what happens next. This is when it gets fucking crazy. So I'm in the fitting room, and a bunch of people are in there, like all the models that were like on set. And then I told my assistant, I was like, call the cops. I was like, call the cops, because I literally was assaulted. I'm literally on set. I'm literally working. I'm not even ready. How the fuck am I supposed to know that, oh, okay, I'm on a set and I'm supposed to, you know, fucking fight, right? And to be honest, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to fight two 400-pound girls. Like, there's no way. And the beef is one-sided. I genuinely don't have no beef with Pink. That's the crazy part. So then everybody in the room was like, no, don't call the cops. Don't call the cops. That's not street code. Like, just, you know. And I was like, I'm not from the streets. I'm on set working. I'm a fucking working mother. I literally left my kid to come and do this man a favor. And keep in mind, this is when I still thought that me and Kilo were cool, and Kilo had nothing to do with me being jumped. I'm still thinking it's like a one-on-one type fight, and you know, they jumped me. I didn't know that they were out to like hurt me like that, because I was in the fight. I was not speculating. I was not seeing the fight. And also my adrenaline was pumping. Like, you guys have no idea. So when your adrenaline pumps, like, you don't really see all the details until the next day when you like process the fight. So I was like, call the cops, call the cops. So we called the cops, and then the cops didn't end up showing up to the place because it's LA. You know, I'm sure that there's like a bunch of other crimes, and you know, they're not gonna come, especially if I was like untouched, like they're not gonna come to file a report. So I just told my assistant, once we leave here, we're gonna go file the report. So she was just like, okay, we call the cops and whatever, like me peiné, and I just was like a little flustered, and I just like was, oh my god, like I can't believe that happened to me. So bien raro, like why is she even here? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a closed set, like it's weird, right? But still, me being professional and being cool. Then in walks Kilo, And what's crazy is that Kilo never asked if I was okay. Kilo never asked, like, oh, like, just, like, checking up on me like that. He just was, like, super nonchalant and just worried about his music video. He genuinely did not give a fuck about me being attacked. Mind you, I still didn't think nothing was going on. I just thought, oh, you know, they got the address. Somebody maybe posted that I was here, and then they pulled up. So then Kilo tells me, because, like, we were all talking about what happened, you know, and then Kilo comes up to me. He's like, hey, he was like, don't say nothing out loud about what happened. He was like, because people are recording on the phone and they're going to record you. And then I was just kind of like, I'm like a super public person. And, like, you guys know that I'm always open about my life, what goes on in my personal life, whether I'm fighting with Emmanuel or, you know, just shit like that. So I don't give a fuck if shit is public. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought that was weird, but since, you know, he's a person in the industry that came before me and he's been doing this for so many years, I trusted him, I believed him, and, you know, I always assumed that, oh, a guy that's older than me and he's a señor and is older is always going to take me under his wing, especially because I'm a female. So I just was like, oh, okay, pues I'm not going to say nothing. And so whatever, I got ready, my makeup was still intact, like, I was good, I was untouched, like, I only had, like, a little scratch right here. But I, like, used makeup, and then I was still good. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let these beasts ruin what I came here to do, because I need to get my shots in. I need to get, you know, my verse down, and I got to get all this stuff. So then I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to stay, like, you know, whatever, it is what it is. How would it happen again type shit. So then, I got ready, and then, Kilo told me, he was like, they're ready for you for your next scene. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I go out, and then I go stand outside, and then I'm with my assistant, and they set up the set. And so I ended up changing my outfit, and I went outside. And during this time, like, all the adrenaline was kind of like leaving my body, and then my back started hurting so bad. Like, I had to sit down because I was just waiting and waiting and waiting for me to go on my next scene. And you would think that Kilo would be like, oh, you know, homegirl just got jumped, so let's get her to film her scene right away so she can go home and rest. He was fucking stalling. All the other models went up. Everybody went up except me. I just kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and I just thought it was, like, weird. Like, it was now starting to be like, okay, like, I want to go home already. I gotta go to the police station to go file a report. Like, I'm still shooken up about what happened. Then he calls me to the back of the building, because we were right there where there was a bunch of people. So then he calls me to the back of the building, you guys, and he doesn't let my assistant go back there with me. He's like, no, you stay here in the front. You stay here. Like, me and her are gonna talk. So then he takes me to the back, all the way where I got jumped. And this is where nobody's at. I'm behind the building, through the hallway where I got jumped, through all that. So then he starts talking to me. And again, I still trust this man. And then he tells me, the reason why you got jumped is because you listen to SPM and you support him. He was like, do you know he's a child molester? And I was just like, to be honest, I was like, I don't really know about that. I just posted a video of me listening to his song or whatever. It's the one that I did with, like, Lux tattoos in it. It was a behind the scenes clip from Perra Malvada, which was recorded like a whole year and a half ago. I just uploaded a throwback. Lux was in that video. Who else was in that? Dinero was in that video. A bunch of other cholos from LA and also Riverside were there. So my thing is kind of like, Pinks is over here saying, okay, like, she supports chomos or whatever. But it's like, why couldn't you guys go jump Lux tattoos? Why couldn't you guys go jump Dinero? Why couldn't you guys go jump all those other guys that was in it? Why was it just me? Like, it was an excuse, because homegirl has been hating on me for a while, and her music is irrelevant, and she's irrelevant, and she's mad because somebody else is on the come up. She's jealous of me, and she's just using it as an excuse, because she was best friends with SPN's ex-wife. She was homegirls with her. So it's kind of like, what's the switch up? Like, they're trying to cover it up, but what they did was a hate crime. What I went through was a hate crime. It had nothing to do with SPM, and they're just sugarcoating it, making it seem that it was about SPM, but it was not. It had nothing to do with that, because everybody listens to SPM. So anyways, I'm in the back, and he's like, so you know, that's why they jumped you, is because you listen to SPM and he's a child molester and all this stuff. He's like, you have a blah, blah, blah. I was like, of course I don't support child molesters. Like, of course. But I don't know details of his case. I don't know nothing about that. I just like his music. And a lot of rappers listen to SPM, not just me. So, then he goes, well, he's like, you can't call the cops. He's like, you can't call the cops and you can't report. He said, because it's going to ruin your reputation. He's like, you don't want to end up like 6ix9ine. And I was just like, Kilo, I don't care about that. I was like, I'm not from the streets. I'm not a chola. I don't gangbang. I was like, I was attacked on set while I'm working. I'm like, I am going to call the cops and I am going to press charges. That's what I was telling him. And then he was just like, it's going to make you look bad. He's like, all the hard work that you did is going to make you look bad. Don't call the cops. Don't get the cops involved. And I was just kind of like, okay, whatever, right? I was just like, this is weird. And then he was like, you need to do an interview after this. He was like, you need to do an interview after this. And you need to go on there and say that you fought Pinks, you know, and say that you don't fuck with SPM and that you don't fuck with child molesters. And I was just like, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, I'm not even thinking about interviews. I'm not thinking about none of that. I'm like, no, I can't even think. You guys, I already suffer with anxiety already with the fame that I have and all this stuff that I have. So now imagine being jumped and then you're on set. Like, my brain is not here, y'all. Like, so then he was like, well, he was like, if you call the cops and you get the feds involved or whatever, he was like, there's gonna be consequences. And I was just like, consequences? I was like what? And he's like, I can't tell you. And I was like, what do you mean you can't tell me? I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, if something bad's gonna happen, what's gonna happen? And then he was just like, I can't tell you. He's like, but as a friend, you know, I'm just trying to tell you, like, what's up, blah, blah, you can't call the cops. So then I was just kind of like, okay. And then he was like, so then his whole demeanor changed, you guys. Like, he went from being cool to now he went into like, like the same way that Pinks was looking at me before she fought me, the same look he had in his eyes. And then he was like, so do you fuck with SPM? He's like, do you fuck with him? Do you fuck with his music? And then I was just kind of like, well, I like his music. Yeah. He was like, well, then you can't be on the song. He's like, and I don't want you on the video. And I was just like, okay. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't need to be here. I was like, I'm just going to pack my stuff and I'm just going to go. And he's like, you can't be in the video. And then I just was like, okay, you know what? I started to get super scared because I was in the back of the building and my stuff was over here in this room. Had a bunch of stuff, expensive stuff. But you know what? I was like in flight or fight mode because I just got jumped an hour earlier. And I was like, fuck the stuff. I was like, I need to get out of here immediately because this man, if he strangles me back here, no one's going to see what happened to me. So then I just start speed walking and he's like right behind me. And I'm walking through the hallway. Oh my God, you guys, I'm starting to get like flashbacks of what happened. Because it was so fucking scary. Like, hold on. Like, I'm still having flashbacks. Like, I still haven't processed everything because I've been so busy. Like, I did a music video with MC Magic and I just had to like push everything to the side, you know? And so I'm walking down the hall and I'm just like borderline running because I'm fucking terrified of this man. And as I'm walking, he's like, get the fuck off my set, you stupid fucking bitch. Like, right on my neck, you guys, like in the back of, like right behind me. He's like, get the fuck off my set, you stupid fucking bitch, fucking slut. Like, I don't even remember what he was saying. And at that moment, I just started crying and I was trying to find my assistant because I was just like, oh my God, like, I just got jumped and now I'm being attacked by the person that invited me to the video. And then, he was like, if you weren't a girl, he's like, I will hit you. And I just got so scared. I was like, where's the fucking exit? I was like, where's the exit? Like, I need to get out of here before I get attacked on again. And then the reason why I started panicking, dude, I started crying immediately because I was like, I was set up. Like, I know for a fact he had something to do with them running up on me on set of his music video. And so then he runs up to this cholo. At the time, I didn't know who he was, but it ended up being a flyboy. But since I was like in like fucking panic mode, he was like, hey, you know she fucks with SPM? You know she fucks with SPM? And I fucking lost it. I lost it because I was like, dude, now these guys are gonna jump me. Now these guys are gonna be all up on me because of the whole SPM thing. And I don't know anybody on set. I don't know anybody. I don't know where my assistant is at. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I just was like, where's the exit? I was like, where's the exit? I need to get the fuck out of here, you know? And I just started running at that point. I just was like, where's the exit? So I ended up exiting the building and I ended up finding my assistant. I was like, pack my shit, we need to go. And then that's when Flyboy and this other guy ran up to me. They're like, dude, are you good? Are you good? What happened? Why is he tripping on you? And I was like, dude, I just need to get out of here. Like, dude, Kilo's tripping on me. He turned on me. He took me to the back of the building. And he got aggressive with me. He told me he was going to hit me and all this shit. And then they were like, but why? But why? Like, what did you do? And I was like, dude, it was because of SPM. And they were like, what? Because of SPM? Are you fucking serious? Like, that shit's just so fucking crazy. So then I just got out and I just was like, fucking, I had no words. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. The first person I called when I left the building, I just called him Manuel. And I was just like, dude, I was like, Kilo, turn on me. I was like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Like, I just was like hysterical at this point because I put 2 and 2 together. Like, being jumped was one thing. And I still thugged it out. I was like, nothing happened to me, whatever. Like, I assumed that this was a private set and, you know, nobody was after me or whatever. And I was just trying to be professional. I still stayed after that because I wanted to support Kilo. I wanted us to both win. I wanted his new song to come out good and, you know, so show support to the raza, and because I want everybody to come up. Never once did I think that he was going to set me up or like get away with it or just do some shit like that. And so I just ran outside and then Emmanuel was like, get to your car, get to your car. I was like, I don't even have my keys. I don't even have my keys. Like, I don't know where to go. So then eventually my assistant came out and then we got in the car and I just fucking left. And I went straight to the fucking police department and I filed the fucking report because I said I was just attacked. I was set up. I was attacked again by Kilo. Almost fucking strangled me in the back of the building. Can you imagine if he would have done something to me in the back of the building and nobody would have seen what would have happened to me? Like, that shit to me is crazy. Like, these people are crazy in the head over a SPM song. Like, it just trips me out. So then I went to the police station and I like reported it or whatever. And I just was so shocked about what happened. And then I ended up coming back home and the first thing that I did was like, Manny was sleeping in his bed and I just was like, I couldn't believe that, like, I put myself into this, like, position and, you know, I have a son and why the fuck would I be doing, like, I was blaming myself. Like, if I already knew that I had shit with Kilo, like, why would I put myself in that position? But at the same time, it was just, like, I was attacked. Like, if everybody else was in my position, y'all would have probably done the same thing as me. Like, you didn't know this shit was coming. So then guess what? Then I ended up finding out from multiple people that after I left the building, Kilo invited Pinks back to the set. Kilo invited Pinks and the other girl that jumped me back to the set where I was at, and it was talking shit about me. So that's how I know Kilo set me up. Like, I knew that all that shit was premeditated and I was attacked. And I asked my assistant the next day after I went to sleep because my back was hurting so bad. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. And my body was just under so much adrenaline. My anxiety, fucking all the panic attack that I had earlier. Like, I just was like, oh my God, I just need a rest. And I just thank God that, like, Flyboy was there to help me. And literally, like I said, by the grace of God, I fucking got out of there safe and alive. And, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought, you guys. It's just been fucking so much.
He was hanging out with them after.
Oh, yeah, that he was hanging out with them after. But there was something else. So then I came home. And then I found that out. I don't remember, you guys. It's just, it was a lot that happened that day. And I'm still processing it. I'm better now. Like, I'm good. But I honestly just wanted to talk about what happened because I wasn't really planning on talking about it. Maybe not right away because, like I said, I was trying to process everything. But it went viral online and everybody was reaching out to me like, are you okay? Are you okay? A lot of people thought that it was fake news, and it's not fake news. It really did happen. And I just wanted to clear everything out because I want all of you guys to be safe also too. Like, don't be trusting people. Like, I need to take my own advice, but it's crazy because I always have a security with me, but since I was trying to do him this favor, I didn't, and it was going to be a closed set. I assumed that everybody had the same mentality as me, and I assumed that everybody was cool with me, but like no, like it was literally the total opposite of that. I am gonna press charges, and I am gonna follow up with the police reports and everything, because I'm not a gang member and I'm not from the streets, and all of this was premeditated because they knew that I was there alone with just my assistant. Kilo's the one that I feel like he's the one that called them, because they were in the back when it happened, and they had so much anger when they were attacking me. And now I remember what I was going to tell you guys. So the next day I asked my assistant, I was like, hey, like, from the outside looking in, I was like, were they like fighting? Like, was it just like a regular fight? Or would you say they were borderline trying to kill me? And then she told me, she was like, they were borderline trying to kill you. And I was just like, really? And then she was just like, yeah. She was like, because they were trying to kick your head. They were trying to kick your head. And she said with that, when they were kicking me on my head, that they were kicking so hard that their back of their shoes was hitting the mirror. And dude, Flyboy was the one that took all those kicks. Like I said, the fact that I left there untouched was just like fucking crazy. So I'm pressing charges on Kilo. I'm pressing charges on the two girls. Oh, here's where it gets fucking weird. Here's where it gets fucking weird. Like, as the days go by, I keep finding out more information. So the second girl that beat me up, not Pink's the other, I thought that I didn't know her. But I do know her. I do know her because I went on her Instagram page, and I remember that I had messaged her, I want to say maybe like 6 months ago or a year ago. She has this makeup line, and she has like Riverside makeup palettes, and I really loved them, you know, because I love my city and I love to support other artists. Like I said, I don't know if I told you guys, but me and Pinks were cool before. We used to follow each other. She went to one of my meet and greets. I always respected her as an artist. Shit, I would have even done a song with her, because like I said, I respect everybody who came before me. I'm not coming into this music industry being like, oh, I'm the best and nobody came before me. No, I always show my respects to everybody who came before, and she knows that. So I had messaged homegirl, and I told her, oh my God, like, I love your palettes. Like, I want to get one, blah, blah. And she's like, oh my God, girl, I love what you've been doing. I love what you've been doing representing the city, all this stuff. And we had been in contact. So it's weird how people are cool with me, and then the switch up just comes, and then they turn on me. So I thought that I didn't know her. I technically don't know her personally, but like, I had been in contact with her because I loved her makeup brand. So it's a fucking mind fuck. It's crazy. And I didn't want to let you guys out of the loop, because like I said, everybody keeps messaging me like, are you okay? Like, what happened? A lot of people are thinking that I was just jumped. Yeah, I was jumped, but like, I was also attacked by Kilo at the end of the night. And then that's when I found out that everything was a setup. So that's what happened, you guys. Thank you guys for watching this live. Now I know I just have to be more careful and stuff like that. And, you know, I gotta always have a security with me 24/7. Thank you guys for watching. I know, you guys, it was so scary. When did this happen? It happened 2 days ago? 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
It happened 3 days ago. We love you. Thank you, guys. Glad you're okay. Thank you. Thank you. Texas got you, babe. I know. Texas shows me so much love, you guys. Thank you, Gio. Oh, shit. Shout out to Food News Network. You guys tap in with Food News Network. He's the one that saved me, you guys. So be sure to follow him. Glad you're okay, Jenny. Thank you, Mariah. Thank you, Chris. You were protected, girl. Yes, I'm telling you, like, I would have ended up in the hospital had it not been for him. Not Pancho in the live. He said I could have been your security next time. Keep up with the police report. Yes, girl, I am. Thank you, Brian. I would have jumped in if I was your assistant. My assistant did jump in, you guys, pero pobrecita, dude. Fucking voló. La aventaron. How does Emmanuel feel? He's fucking pissed, you guys. Like, I remember when I got home, I just went inside the house and my boo-boosh was just so fucking scared and sad and disappointed and angry that he wasn't there, you know, but it's because sometimes he has to stay home with Manny because we don't trust just anybody with Manny, you know?
Usually I'm there, but like this time it was just, you know, we were assured that it was a safe set. And, you know, I trusted that piece of shit.
Did your assistant grab all your stuff? Yeah, she ended up grabbing all my stuff, but to be honest, I genuinely didn't even care about the stuff. I just really just needed to get the fuck out of there. God is bigger, remember that, babe. Yes. It could have been worse if he was there. God planned for him to not be there. I know. You keep getting saved. No more mistakes, manita, for real. You have a gift. We need you out here. I know, dude. I'm gonna be safe next time. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna get off because I need to rest and just spend time with family. I feel like that's kind of what I've been doing right now. And just taking care of my mental health because you guys, I've been having PTSD of everything that's been happening. And like I said, I already suffer from anxiety, so like de repente, like I will just start feeling like super sick, like I'm gonna fucking die. But luckily I have my anxiety medication, so that helps me keep cool. And don't worry, y'all, like everything's good, like I'm good. And I just wanted to give you guys that update because I didn't want to leave you out of the loop. I know you guys love the chisme. I know you guys love that shit, so I was like, I'm gonna update the girls and my family too. So I love you guys so much. I will keep you guys updated and I will talk to you all later. Bye.